Greetings. Today we're doing an expedition with only one challenge: complete the Wanderer Passage. For this challenge I have to take a cat nap in every region. However, that's a bit too easy, so I'm also playing with every burden. Hunted, where every creature knows my location. Blinded, where the world is an endless night. Pursued, where I'm hunted by the relentless golden centipede. And doomed, where if I die without Karma Flower protection, I lose the run. For this challenge I opted to go with Rivulet because of their speed and slimy hands that can pop bubble fruit. I've added the familiar perks of rocket jump, explosion resistance, back spear, dual wielding, slow time and the Karma Flower. I also went for the Vulture Mask starting item because the hunted burden means the lizards would constantly descend upon me to bite my tail off, and so the mask would make them instantly regret their life choices. And of course I went with Neuron Glow so I could actually see where I was going. With perks and burdens set, we start the expedition. We find ourselves starting in Sky Islands, which is a pretty good starting location for this challenge. I decided to make my way to Chimney Canopy, where I could then hop across to the exterior and climb the wall to 5 pebbles to cross these regions off the list. However, I was a bit too eager and discovered that my karma isn't high enough. On the way back to the shelter I get my first sighting of my golden nemesis. Instead of just getting the heck out of there, my primitive slugcat brain is entranced by the dropped egg bug eggs and... oh... brilliant. Good start. Luckily my run was saved by the Karma Flower, but that now meant I had to get back and consume that Karma Flower to then go back to sleep in the shelter. For some reason when I spawned in again, my Vulture Mask upgraded to a King Vulture Mask. Now, I'm not sure why this happened. I can only assume the random gods took pity on me and decided to give me a boost. For those of you that don't know, King Vulture Masks have a longer fear effect on lizards than a regular mask. I have a little trouble with a winged centipede, which is terrified of the dark and desperately wants to have a roommate so they can sleep better. However, my fear of centipedes is greater, so we politely decline.
Get away from here, or I'll call the exterminator! I'm fed up with your snooping and creeping.
Sometimes I get the feeling old Jameson doesn't particularly like me.
Next cycle, I managed to get across to Chimney Canopy Gate with no problems and immediately reward myself with a little sleep so that I have enough karma for the next gate. Narrowly avoiding this winged freak, I make it safely across to the other side and attack a popcorn plant to get its kernels. Crossing the gate, I take a nap in preparation for the wall climb. It's a little difficult climbing in the dark, and I had an anxious thought about drop wings. However, upon researching, drop wings apparently don't spawn in Rivulet's world. So picking Rivulet was definitely the right choice. Continuing up, I scare this yellow lizard so much he decides to return to the lobby down in the memory crypts. Going further, I find 2 white lizards arguing over a spider and manage to inflict more fear as I'm passing through. I take a break halfway up to enjoy these blue fruits and keep pressing on. Despite 5 Pebbles' overseers urging me to take a nap, I ignore them and... oh, what's happening here? Funky lighting aside, I just keep going, taking a moment to enjoy the view before jumping across 5 Pebbles' roof. I get through the gate, save the popcorn plant for breakfast in the morning and take my well-earned rest. Before I leave, I quickly gobble up this pearl for a later scav toll, and then the climb down was no trouble at all, and I managed to get back into Chimney Canopy. I say a quick hello to the centre wing before he's chewed up by a vulture, and... what is going on down there? Waiting for that to subside, I make my way further down, heading for Industrial Complex. The Vulture Mask was invaluable here by spooking the local lizard population, and I made it to the gate with ease. Now I was in Industrial Complex, but didn't intend on staying very long, so I started heading west and take a nasty tumble off this ledge. Oh. Oh. How did I fall so hard? I then take a lot of joy in standing behind this white lizard so it craps its camouflaged pants. He was so scared he turned around. Oh man, what's happening here? I mean, the colours are beautiful, but... I do an awkward dance with a sign as we're both terrified of each other and find a moment to just leave before he realises I'm a big faker. I'm surprised to find eel lizards spawn in industrial complex or rivulet, but otherwise don't hang about. I make it to the shelter by the gate and have a nice relaxing snooze. In the midnight morning, I take advantage of this perfectly placed popcorn plant before heading out into outskirts. Once in outskirts, I forget completely about first breakfast and try for second breakfast by eating the centipede. But rivulet can't stuff any more food in their belly, so I'm electrocuted to punish me for my gluttony. I accidentally practice my rocket jump before stylishly backflipping out of this room. Heading for Farmer Ray's gate, I come across 2 caramel lizards, one of which would rather be consumed by worm grass than try to fight me. I had a terrible idea to try and feed a squidcarda to the other one, but in doing so I break the illusion that I was a monstrous bird creature. Luckily though, the real thing came along. Whoa! With the caramel lizard and myself thoroughly spooked, I pressed on. Before the gate, I puke up the pearl away from the scav's eyes so they don't judge me, but looking at this guy's eyes, I think he noticed.
Disgusting!
Before he can tell his friends, I pass the slimy pearl over and I'm granted entry. I take a nap in the immediate shelter and cross Farmer Ray's off the list. In the morning, I have some more popcorn plant, completely ruining any concept of a balanced diet, and head through the gate. I have a moral dilemma wondering if I should help this poor scavenger being pulled apart in the annual caramel tug of war, but the issue resolves itself as I realise he's already dead. So we push through, pay our toll and head to drainage. My plan now was to go through drainage to garbage wastes, and then to shoreline. From shoreline I would have access to Shaded Citadel, pipe yard, subterranean and submerged superstructure, and that would end the challenge. I take a nap in the shelter just before drainage and then head for breakfast before getting to the gate. The journey through drainage was pretty uneventful, other than getting spat on by a spider, but I managed to collapse in relative safety next to a hazer. I play fetch with the monster kelp and then press through the pipes to make it safely to the shelter. Next cycle I inadvertently donate my body to leech science and quickly revoke my submission with a concussive blast. Swimming through, I get to the gate and have a few snacks before moving on to garbage wastes. With lots of time, I push forward. I have to wait due to an angry red centipede and just manage to get past without 50,000 volts running through me. No. Whoa. Oh. Quick. Got the mask. Good, good. Now just run. Oh wow, look at the graffiti here. This is amazing. I'd love to stay and admire the local Banksy art, but don't want to risk the centipede catching up to me. Hopping over these caramel boys, I discover a brother Longlegs waiting for me. Being blind, the mask had no effect on him, so I have to wait for the right moment to get over. I wait for the right time and... that's it, just land right on top of it. Alright, let go. Oh, brilliant. Oh no, my mask. Where's my mask? Ooh. Oh jeez. Oh god. Hoping the yellow lizard can distract my pursuer, I try and get the mask back. Oh no. Oh my god, don't. Oh. Oh, can I? Oh. Oh. Shit. Just had a thought. Don't go in the water because it might electrocute you. Damn. Now I need to get that karma flower. Yeah. Turns out the garbage water is a fantastic conductor of centipede electricity. So I head out again from drainage, into the gate, and I'm desperate to get my karma flower back because without its protection, I'm in danger of losing the run. With an assist from this snail,
I don't know you!
I come face to face with a red long boy. Oh jeez, not nice. Whoa! Did not mean to do that. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh my god. Passing by Caramel Village, I nab the flower before the rock nabs me, and... yeah, pursued again. I have to get out of here. Too slippery for the rock, I slide on by, and... oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I thought the centipede had forgotten how to climb, but suddenly it starts the chase, and I frantically try to remember which way the nearest shelter is. Crap, I can't remember. Take a gambit. Yes. I climb inside, but... Oh my god. Please don't let it be there in the morning. God. With anxiety at an all-time high, I load the next cycle and thank the random gods it didn't stay the night. Getting my bearings and blue fruit breakfast, I head through the garbage to get to the shoreline. I grab the pearl for the upcoming scavenger toll, chat to the local garbage men, and head through the shoreline's gate. It was pretty smooth sailing until my annoying friend showed up, eager to show me his new defibrillator technique. With a smooth dodge, I avoid him and commit to heading to the subterranean gate. I take a nap in the nearest shelter and grab a quick breakfast before heading back into shoreline with the goal of Pipe Yard in mind. I have a close call with an aquapede, but get through unscathed. Oh no. Oh no. A short swim later and I make it to a hot bath, landing me in the sump tunnel, a sub-region of Pipe Yard. Having a sleep in this cycle meant I only had 3 places left: Shaded Citadel, Shoreline, and Submerged Superstructure. I head back, taking advantage of the free jacuzzi. I was almost there. The music was playing and I was feeling good, and then... oh no. Ouch. Ouch indeed. But what I didn't realise was that death was going to have massive ramifications. So I head back through the gate and go to consume my karma flower. But there was a big problem. I couldn't find it. It died there. There's no karma flower icon. Why? Question mark. The only reason I can think of is that it didn't spawn because I died in the water. So now my safety net was gone. Despite this, I was feeling good. I still had my mask and only 3 regions to go. So I take a break to eat some bubble fruit and head to Shaded Citadel. Once through the gate, I grab a spear for the popcorn plant in the morning and head to sleep. Next cycle, I hop back over the fence, eat some kernels, and sleep in the shelter next door. Now this was it, the final run. I fill up on blue fruits and set off. Through the pipes and over the land, I head down the last pipe and shoreline and descend into the watery depths. My memory of this part wasn't as cemented as the other regions, and when I saw the aquapede, I started to panic. Oh dear. Not familiar with this place. Oh god, he's a big one. Oh no, 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 no. No. Oh. Livid. Oh, cycle 13. Of course it was cycle 13. Oh. Yeah. So close to the end. I could almost taste the karma gate and then gone. Just like that. But I'm not a quitter. So I started again, grabbing some food and taking a nap to cross Sky Islands off the list. Then I headed to Chimney, where I could go to the exterior and climb the wall. My strategy remained the same, the only difference was to not die by aquapede. Once in Chimney, I said hello to the local fauna by eating them before taking a nap. Then it was straight over to the exterior. filling up on popcorn kernels before going through the gate. Checking the time once through the gate, I decided to risk rushing to the top, and so started my dark ascent. It was pretty quiet until this room where every lizard and their mother came to cheer me on. Ooh. Hear me. Oh my... Whoa. What the... I... Oh dear. Oh jeez. What was happening there? After surviving the welcome wagon, I kept on climbing. It was looking good until... Oh no. As long as it's coming from behind, I think I'll be alright. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Oh. No. Yep. Back at Chimney, I made the same play as running to the end and rushing through the gate. Climbing up once again, I have a snack of a few bat flies with the intention of filling up the rest of my food pips with the blue fruit some rooms above. My vulture mask helps instill fear in these white lizards, and then... he was back. No, not again. Okay, go, 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 go. I had to get the karma flower quickly and get out of there. I try and wolf down the blue fruits as quickly as I can, but... Oh! Okay. I'd lost the mask. But I was still confident I could do this. I get to the karma flower and mash it into my face before blowing up the centipede. This didn't stop him though. He just kept coming. I managed to dupe him, but it doesn't work for long as he continues to chase me. It was relentless. Ooh! No! Oh! Oh, get off me! Oh. Luckily, I had the karma... Huh? What? But I had the karma flower! Did I not eat it? No, in fact, I did not. I was one mouthful short, and so it cost me the run. So here we go again. Back to Sky... hang on. This is Shaded Citadel. Unbeknownst to me, retrying an expedition can spawn you in a different shelter. This meant I had to change my strategy. So I eat a few bat flies and watch in horror at this spider trying to eat a lantern mouse before heading to Shoreline's gate. I swallow this pearl before heading to bed. In the morning, I hop over to sink my teeth into some blue fruit before heading to the shelter next door. Now I was planning to go to submerged superstructure to get it out the way, but I didn't think my karma was high enough. So instead I opted to head for Pipeyard. I instantly ran into an issue as my way was blocked by an aquapede, but luckily I called in a friendly eel lizard to help take the problem away from me. With that gone, I swam ahead and passed through the gate into Pipeyard, jumping into the closest shelter. Now I had enough karma for the submerged superstructure, but since I was close, I opted to go to the subterranean to get out of the way. At the subterranean gate, a centipede was desperate to try and get over to Shoreline. Apparently his love was an aquapede in Shoreline, but as he tried to squeeze through, the gate squeezed him. Oh, never seen that before. Oh, I think he is actually stuck. Look. Oh, God, that must hurt. Oh, no, he's free. Never mind. Even though he probably had a few less legs, I didn't want to hang about, so I just headed for a nap. The next cycle, I take a bite out of the centipede and not the popcorn plants for some unknown reason.
What about me?
And then head through the gate. Going through Shoreline, heading for the submerged superstructure, I run into a problem when I accidentally grab a jetfish and drop my mask. Guys, I don't want to play. Got it. With my mask back, I go down the pipe to try this again.
Hello.
Oh, jeez. Jetfish jump scare and creepy music aside, I manage to swim through the ducts and make it to the gate. Sleeping in a shelter that I describe as a health and safety nightmare, I head back to the shoreline with my goal being garbage wastes. Once in shoreline, I evade the aquapede and swim back up to relative safety. I take a bite out of these dangling blue balls of goodness and head on to the nearest garbage pile, triggering the captain as I go. This is the captain. I make it to the final stretch where my pursuer decides it's beginning to miss me. Luckily for me though, there's a handy U-bend up ahead that completely foils its catch-up plans. At the gate, I decide to bring along some bubble fruit for breakfast. I start to feel anxious when I see the gate security overseer eyeballing my 5 lots of contraband and questioning why it is I look nothing like my passport. Border security aside, I manage to toss my fruits ahead and catch up on a well-deserved sleep. In the morning, I consume my contraband and head through this artistic room and grab a pearl for the upcoming scavenger toll. Annoyingly, they refuse payment of a single pearl, so I spit up my second one and they allowed me through. Apparently even Scav Society is affected by inflation. Even so, I grab the pearl in the next room to securely store in my stomach and then head on down to the depths, where I run into some trouble with a red centipede. Hey, not that way! Questionable gymnastics aside, I outrun Mr. Red and find, Mr. Gold. Hoping that the snails keep him stun-locked, I just keep going, making good progress until... a snail popped and caused me to drop my mask. Going diving for it meant some leeches got a good taste of my blood. Luckily, I could fish around at my leisure because there's no way the golden centipede could swim over to... What? Okay, I've got to leave the mask. Close it, close it, close it, close it. Oh, jeez. Mask abandoned, I was now going to have to attempt to complete this run without putting the fear of God into lizards. It was what it was, I just had to deal with it. A brief encounter with the golden child didn't have me worried, as it swam as well as a pine cone covered in cement. I had a problem with this room, however, as a salamander was guarding the entrance to the shelter, and I had nothing to cover my delicious looking face. I attempt really awesome downward spear throw to solve my problem and... shit. By some divine grace, I managed to slip by without becoming salamander supper and go to sleep. In the morning, it's more bubble fruit breakfast before heading west to the outskirts gate. I grabbed these lily pucks here as I discovered in my previous video they can actually do damage. Indeed, they actually do 0.7 damage of a spear, rather than what I thought, which was the same damage as a rock. Doing this damages the lily puck, however, meaning they're more like a one and done spear. Not wanting to fight this eel lizard, I slip by, but not before this blue lizard gets a taste of me. I have a mild disagreement with this green lizard, and we go back and forth until he eventually sees my point. With no more trouble in the following rooms, I make it to the gate and move into outskirts. I greet the graffiti, "Hey dude," and head on to the shelter upstairs. Now my plan is to get the Farmeray's gate so I can tick it off the list. My first problem is this caramel lizard, which I solve by poking him up the bum and then head for some snacks while a centipede watches me from the ceiling. Heading west, I pass another graffiti wall before the scavenger toll. Fitting up the pearl for this toll masters, they accept payment, and I swing through to the next room, where I immediately swallow another pearl and take 2 for the road. In Farmeray's, I sleep at the closest shelter and tick another one off the list. In the morning, it's popcorn for breakfast before going back through to outskirts. Handing over the pearls, I make my way for industrial complex. Just hop, skip and jump and... Oh. No! Oh. Whoops. With a strong sense of deja vu, I do the same again and head back to my karma flower. With my karma locked in, I make my way through outskirts once again, heading for industrial complex. A slight panic occurs when I encounter a murderous cyan lizard. Oh. Oh no. Oh, what the f— For some reason, Rivulet's feet become glued to the pole, and the cyan took a bite out of me before realizing he was slugcat intolerant. With a strong sense of deja vu, I do the same again and head back to my karma flower. I manage to get to the wormgrass pipe when I get spooked by a vulture, and in my panic, I initiated Escape Protocol 32, which is to yeet myself into space. Whoa! After getting a good look at the moon, I find myself in a prickly predicament. Oh, really? This is where a vulture mask would really come in handy, and luckily, this bird was willing to offer up its face. My plan now was to spear the mask off, take the mask, and run through the room with an aura of fear. I tried to position the vulture and... Yes, I had done it, but he rudely dropped the mask on the other side of the pipe. Now the lizards were getting restless, so I called my friend Doctor Who to activate the vortex flux and slow down the passage of time. It was now or never. This is not good. Yes, I had made it. Despite having a third arm growing out of my head, I had evaded the lizards and grabbed an emotional support fruit on the way. I had done it. Now I just needed to head on up, grab the karma... Oh yeah, sure. I waited to be eaten or electrocuted, but nothing happened. Where am I? I'm glitched, really? Yep. I was glitched into the wall, and without my karma flower protection, I'd have to quit the game and this would count as a failed cycle. I was about to lose the run. In despair, I watched the golden centipede dispatch the lizards and was fully prepared to wait and watch the rain flush me out. But then I noticed something. The red circle on the map that marked my position, it was moving. I started moving around on the controller, and suddenly... I was out. moved my mic away because I was like so sure I was dead. Okay. Crap, where do I go? Alright. Here we go. I bailed immediately. Heading through the G tunnel, I climbed out of the pit and got my karma flower. Wasting no time, I headed into the karma gate, which gave me some time to eat the flower and change my trousers. I cannot believe we made it out of that. Oh man. All is not lost. I had made it to Industrial, and my first port of call was this shelter to bank this great success. In the morning, it was more popcorn on the menu, then time to head off to Chimney. Everything was looking good, and... oh, whoops. Popcorn again, and I go back to the room where I find this centerwing blessing my flower with the shimmy of the golden god. I thank him the only way I know how. The white and cyan lizard brothers turn up again to ruin my day, but this time I was prepared. I managed to get past the party room with held breath and head on up to Chimney Canopy, where a friendly egg bug is desperate to sneak through, apparently wanting to see the sights of those towering, towers. You want to come to Sky Island, Chimney Canopy with me? I agreed to take him along with me and tell him it would be a long climb, so we better rest in the shelter before starting our journey. Don't worry about the world outside. In the morning, I betray the egg bug tourist. With breakfast sorted, I fill my stomach before attempting the long climb. Oh, leave me alone. Perfect, just what I need. With the hardest room complete, I keep going, praying my gold-plated Terminator isn't about to spawn in front of me. I then have some trouble with this lot. Oh. Okay, not sure what happened. With luck on my side, I keep heading up, thanking the random gods that most of these lizards prefer the taste of centerwings rather than slugcat. After a brief conversation with this vulture, hello, I managed to complete the climb and gun it for Sky Islands, deciding to play it safe by sheltering here. Now on to Sky Islands, where the shelter is annoyingly quite a few rooms in, but at least there are dandelion peaches, which are, in my headcanon, quite delicious. With lovely ARPs playing, I feel invincible. No! Oh! Yeah, have some of that. Point proven, I press on, armed with the knowledge that after this shelter, all I need to do is run back across Chimney, cross into the exterior, and make that final climb up the wall. I eat some bat flies so I can save the peaches for the morning and head to bed. The next cycle I grab breakfast and start heading back east. I meet a cyan lizard that's got an itch and is desperately trying to scratch it on the ground, and I decide to try and help him get it. He becomes so satisfied he goes to sleep forever, and I leave him to it as I press on. There are two more cyans that are desperate to learn my head scratching techniques, but I have no time to help them, so I end up leaving rather hastily. I end up getting back to the gate just as Lovely ARPS is coming to an end, further proof that the song shrouded me in protection. Heading into Chimney Canopy, I really started to wonder if I could pull this off without the mask. I thought about trying to rip one off the canopy vultures, but didn't want to risk becoming bird food. At the end of the bridge, I grabbed 2 mouthfuls of popcorn before going through the gate and taking a nap in the penultimate shelter. Okay, this is it. So it begins, the final push. What obstacles would I have to climb? What horrors was I about to face? Will the pursuer ruin this run for me? Does eating too much popcorn give you diarrhea? The questions were burning in my head, but I couldn't let it affect my concentration. I had to keep pressing on, and whoa, whoa, I have never ever seen that before. Oh, upside down rainbow. Wow. Still, after all this time, I find new things like that surprise me. Absolutely love this game. An upside down rainbow in the pitch black night. This was the sign I needed. I was calm and collected. I greeted the yellow family and ducked out before they confused me for dessert. Then a sign was desperate to show me his new dental work, but I told him I was busy. Narrowly avoiding a white lizard, I jump over and high-five a spider, pressing on to the next room. This was the room I was worried about, but luckily there were only 2 white lizards, so perfect. The worst was over. Now I just had to keep climbing, which is what I did. I'm on the home stretch. This is looking good. Running across 5 Pebbles' roof, I felt like I had this in the bag. The final gate presented itself, and as long as I could eat my popcorn without being interrupted by the golden centipede, I had won. I ate as fast as I could, and oh, I did it. Amazing. GG. Victory. For some reason the game thought I had done this in 2 cycles and I only had 3 karma, which I have no idea how it worked that one out, but looking back it is the same stats as when I died the last time. Anyway, a victory was a victory. So thank you very much for watching. I decided to try a different video format with narration this time, and I hope you enjoyed it. I also take challenge requests. My next video will be a challenge run requested by Pafkata 3000 to do a 5 pearl deliveries with Spearmaster, which I'm really looking forward to. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and have a happy cycle.